with Keira Knightley and Annabella Wallis. I was really looking forward to sit down and watch the 2021 Christmas horror movie, Silent Night. Wallis and Knightley are both terrific actresses, in my opinion. However, not even they could rescue this disastrous film. Now, the big issue with Silent Night, I think, is that it's not really sure what it wants to be. It seems to begin as a horror comedy, quasi drama, but then as the movie wraps up, it takes a pretty dark turn. The film tries to dive into social issues like misinformation and questioning authority, but really falls flat. Now, the movie, it's both super predictable, I thought, and often slow at times. Now, the storyline of the movie is pretty simple. It's a bunch of old friends getting back together at one of the person's homes, and it seems like in the beginning they're just there for a dinner party, but soon enough we find out that something terrible has happened in society. There's some sort of disastrous disease, and that the government is essentially pushing this pill that kills you instantly. It's not painful. The alternative, of course, is that you can wait for this gas to come through, and the gas essentially leads to just a horrific death, very, very painful. So the group are, dealing with this situation. Although the way they present it, it's very lighthearted at first. It gets much more serious as the movie progresses. And while the idea of the end of the world coming in movies, it's not really new situations like this. It's certainly one I thought is possible to do well. Silent Night, though, it's just bizarre in the way it approaches it. We don't really learn the situation, and the mass suicide is going to be coming till around 30 to 45 minutes in the film, and it just seems like everyone's behaving like nothing is happening. For example, the women at the party, they're all bashing James, the doctor's girlfriend, Sophie, as she's way too young. That's, of course, something you would expect women to be doing, at maybe these parties, older women. If everything's normal, life is going as usual. But this doesn't seem to be something that people that are going to be dying in the next day or two are going to be concerned about. In addition to this, we see the group partying, we see them dancing like it's 1999, and maybe some people would want to go out if they knew they were going to kill themselves and just have another night or two of fun and just not worry. I guess that's definitely possible, but the feel is definitely unnatural. The movie has this overarching theme around questioning authority, as evidenced by the one survivor, Art, who questioned whether taking the pill, why everyone should be taking it. It's all just propaganda. He raises questions like, why are we trusting these doctors? Could some people actually survive or be immune to the gas? He raises all different sorts of questions like that. And while I actually agree with many of his questions and concerns, I still think he may have had a fate worse than the group. We all know everyone dies, but Art lives, and he's essentially all alone. We don't know, how many other people survived. He's got tainted water, a very limited food supply too. There's not much around him. And, I just question, should he have actually taken the pill? It's all his family's dead. Pretty much everyone he knows, it seems like he's dead. Now, the movie seems to imply that there's more people survived. And maybe that is the case. Maybe this was some sort of depopulation effort by the government, some sort of conspiracy like that. But at the same point, the question still is, it's not crystal clear that he should not have taken the pill, in my opinion. Now, surprisingly, this movie got pretty good reviews from critics. It's around, I think, 60% on Rotten Tomato for audiences, and I think the critic score is pretty high on this. I get why critics like it, but not really sure why audiences would like it. I'm not very into horror comedies. I mean, some work out, some are pretty good, like Cabin in the Woods, but a lot of them, they just really fall flat. I will say the acting, as expected, was good, and the chemistry among the actors, but the storyline, again, was just not very compelling. It was just not really interesting. This is not a movie you're going to be recommending to your friends, saying to go out and watch. Maybe it's something you could watch if you're bored, just sitting around and you have nothing to do. Also, many of the jokes didn't seem to land for me. Maybe I just don't get British humor, but, that could be... I don't know. Did you like the jokes? Let me know in the comments, because I didn't think a lot of them really landed. Anyhow, that's all I've got to say for this movie, Silent Night. Let me know any thoughts, comments. Appreciate it.